Hey everyone, Kevin Oxon here, the Boardgamist, and today what I want to talk about is something that's really cool. Now, some of you may already know that at least for the past couple of years, and I've been taking part for the last 2 years, there's been something called the Board Game Geek Supporter Badge Drive. And if you're not familiar, Board Game Geek is probably the preeminent board gaming website on the internet. And every year in December, they have some sort of thing where the people are trying to raise money just to support the site, and people out of the goodness of their heart will send games and items and different little gifts in order to get people, to encourage people to support Board Game Geek. Now, one of the biggest giveaways, at least for the past 2 years that I've been really following this supporter drive, has been from Steve Wardell, username Khedron on Board Game Geek, and he calls it the Ducky Day or Duck Day giveaway. And it's in support of Duck Day, which apparently is January 13th. I won probably the biggest prize, I think it is the biggest prize, on the Board Game Geek giveaways. And I feel really blessed, really fortunate that I was able to get this. Steve goes into your wish list, so he tells you to stock it up, and goes through and picks some of the games off the wish list and sends them to you. That's really cool. So for me, one of the first games, I've had this on my wish list for a while, one that I've wanted to pick up for a while, Space Alert, and I've heard great things about it. And this was probably the first game I opened, first game I punched, and first game that I played. I don't know if it's a funny story, but I actually received the games on Tuesday, and I had a presentation to give on Wednesday. And I sat there all Tuesday night thinking, I gotta get into the games, and I couldn't because I had to prepare. On Wednesday night, I went over to a friend's house and had a great time. I ended up taking longer than I thought to learn the rules because I've heard that knock on the game, and it did take me a little while. But I got 3 plays in, had a really fun time playing Space Alert. Another game that I'm actually really excited about trying out is Innovation. I read the rules and I was ready to play this on Wednesday night, but it took me longer to get Space Alert going than I planned on, so I didn't get this actually on the table, but I've read the rules. I'm actually really excited about playing this one too. I've had it on my list for a while. Something that's cool that I didn't anticipate was this one, Niagara. This actually wasn't on my list, but I think it may have helped in the shipping or whatever else, or maybe just Steve thought it'd be an awesome idea for me. This has been the biggest hit for my family. I'm going to just roll a video quick of the kids and I playing Niagara. What are you playing, guys?
Niagara!
What are you playing?
Waterfall!
Waterfall, the waterfall game.
Niagara or Niagara?
Not Niagara.
Niagara.
This one has definitely brought the most fun so far. I think I'm going to get a ton more plays with this one, as well as my gaming group and just even newbies. This is a really good game. The last game that I got sent, and this is another huge one too, is Kanban. I think a lot of people in the US call it Kanban, but here in Canada we pronounce it Kanban. This one is neat. I don't usually like games for the theme, but a friend of mine is a mechanical engineer, and he's actually implementing Kanban processes in his business that he owns. And so it piqued my interest because of the theme, and I'm actually really looking forward to trying it out. So I can't wait to get my hands on that. Overall, I do want to say a big thank you to Steve Wardell, Khedron on Board Game Geek, guys. You should check him out and follow him. Really appreciate this. This is just over the top, more than I anticipated, more than you actually had to do. Thank you so much for this. And you know what, guys? You know what this means? This is the second year I've been participating, and a second year I've won things in the Board Game Geek Supporter Drive. This means 2015, I'm getting involved. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's a little bit longer than I anticipated. I really appreciate your time, guys. We'll talk soon.